There's no way to explain what it feels like when you realize the walls are watching you. I wouldn't believe it either if it hadn't happened to me. But I'm not crazy. I know what I saw, what I heard. It started as a low hum, barely noticeable, like a distant vibration coming through the floorboards. I told myself it was the pipes, the house settling, whatever explanation would let me sleep that night. But it wasn't. The house was alive. The first time I heard it, really heard it, I was in bed, half asleep. It was a whisper, a faint, wet sound, like something dragging itself through the walls. At first, I thought it was the wind. But then I heard it again. Closer, and again. And then I realized it was coming from inside my room. I couldn't move. My eyes darted around the room, but there was nothing. Just the darkness. Still, I could feel it. Something pressing against the walls, shifting just beneath the surface, trying to get out. I stayed like that for hours, frozen, listening to whatever was behind the walls, its soft, rasping breaths filling the room like a heavy fog. I barely slept after that night. How could I? The house was suffocating me. Everywhere I went, I could feel it, watching, listening. It knew my thoughts, my fears, and it was feeding on them. Day 3. Things got worse, so much worse. I woke up with scratches on my arms, thin red lines crisscrossing my skin. At first, I thought I'd done it to myself in my sleep, but when I looked closer, they weren't random. They were patterns, symbols, etched into me like some kind of sick map. And then the walls, oh God, the walls, they started to breathe. The first time I saw it, I was sitting on the couch, staring blankly at the TV, trying to drown out the whispers. I felt something shift beside me. I turned slowly and saw it. The wallpaper was moving, pulsing like skin. There was something beneath it, pressing out, straining against the surface. I stumbled back, my heart hammering in my chest, but I couldn't look away. The wall bulged, stretching outward like a lung filling with air. And then it exhaled. I could feel the breath hit my skin, wet, hot, like something had just been born. I backed up, almost tripping over the coffee table, and then I saw it. The bulge in the wall, the shape pressing through, it wasn't just random. It was a face, a twisted, human-like face, but warped, deformed, its features pulling apart and shifting like clay. It was staring at me. I ran, but it didn't matter. The walls didn't just watch, they followed. No matter where I went in the house, I could feel the pressure, like something was crawling through the plaster, trying to break through. Day 5. I didn't leave the house. I don't know why. Maybe I was too scared. Maybe I thought I'd lost my mind, but the house wouldn't let me go. When I finally tried to escape, the door wouldn't open. I tried every door, every window, but they were sealed tight, as if the house itself had swallowed me whole. I was trapped inside it, with them. The whispers started again that night, louder, clearer. They weren't just random noises anymore, they were voices. Hundreds of them, all speaking at once, their words garbled and broken, like they were coming from underwater. But one voice stood out, louder than the others. It sounded like my mother. She's been dead for 6 years. I stumbled back into the hallway, clutching my head, trying to block out the sound. But the walls were alive now, shifting and creaking around me. The floorboards groaned under my feet like they were about to give way. And then, the walls. They began to peel, slowly at first. Little bits of wallpaper curling and flaking off, revealing what lay beneath. Flesh, raw, red, pulsing flesh. It wasn't just a house, it was alive, and it was hungry. Day 7. I don't know how long I've been in here. Time doesn't exist in this place. The windows are dark, the clocks have stopped, the house has consumed me. I hear voices in the walls all the time now, not just whispers, Screams, endless tortured screams like hundreds of souls trapped inside, begging for release. The worst part? I recognize the voices. My father, my brother, my friends, all of them. Screaming, pleading, telling me it's my fault. That I've brought this upon myself, that I can never leave. The house is changing. The walls are closing in, literally shrinking, warping, contorting the space around me. It's suffocating me, squeezing me tighter and tighter, like it's trying to crush me, absorb me into its rotten core. I tried to fight it. I clawed at the walls, trying to tear them down, but the house fought back. It hurt me. I swear I felt it. The walls bit back. They bit and scratched and tore into me like claws ripping through my skin. I'm bleeding now. There's blood everywhere, soaking into the floorboards, and the house is drinking it. Day 10. I can't do this anymore. The walls, they're laughing now, mocking me. Their voices rise and fall in waves, like a sick, twisted symphony. And that face, it's everywhere. Pressing through the walls, watching me, always smiling. It's not human anymore. It's something else, something ancient, something that was always here, waiting for someone like me to walk through the door. I can't leave. I can't escape. The house won't let me. It's feeding on me. Final entry. I found a door today. It was in a place I don't remember. A place that shouldn't exist. A door hidden deep inside the house, tucked away where no one would ever look. I think it's been waiting for me. I don't want to open it, but I have to. The whispers are louder now. So loud I can't think straight. They're pushing me, pulling me towards that door. It's calling me, begging me to come inside. I don't know what's behind it. I don't want to know, but the house wants me to open it. God help me.